meeting opera diehards in the park, and taking a peek into the world of Hainan opera. Visiting the art school, cultivating Hainan opera talents, and learning more about this form of traditional local culture. And getting to grips with tunes, moves, props, and looks. All of this brought to you in today's special Hainan Opera Show. I've been in Hainan for a fair old while now, and I've long been intrigued by Hainan's local opera. It's not uncommon to hear people singing it in the park, say, and although I don't really understand, I do find it fascinating because it's so different from our own. China is well known for its wide variety of regional opera styles, with Hainan opera being one among them. Thanks to Hainan's unique environment, climate and culture, as well as efforts by generations of Hainan people, Hainan opera has thrived and has attained a certain standing. Can you hear that? As luck would have it, there's a group of people singing Hainan opera here. Let's go and have a listen. In the People's Park in Haikou, I meet a group of people whose paths have crossed thanks to Hainan opera. Some of them play musical instruments while others sing. It's a thoroughly lively scene.
我们这帮呢都是退休人员，这大家退休后就爱好者凑在一起，成立一个海口公园区廊琼剧叫业余团吧，业余团，我们就经常在这里活动。 拉曲八海南八音，又唱海南戏。
你们用了好几个乐器，不同的大概有10几个。
海南是那个乐器很多啊。
对，
像这个是掌板用的。
能不能教我几个动作吗？
哎，教。我一般掌板，打，轻轻的打，然后有时候急的要开锣鼓了，长。
Hainan opera is an important part of traditional Chinese culture. In 2008, it was inaugurated into an official list of national intangible cultural heritage. I decide to pay a visit to a particular place to uncover more of Hainan opera's hidden gems. Although I've seen Hainan opera a number of times, because it is sung in the local dialect, then it is very difficult for me to follow, which is a bit of a pity. However, this does not detract from its appeal. Hainan opera is a traditional form of musical expression that is loved by the locals. In an attempt to pass on and preserve the island's traditional culture, a school has been set up to train promising Hainan opera singers, and today I have an appointment there. The Art and Culture School of Hainan Province was founded in 1960 as a public comprehensive secondary arts school. The institution attaches huge importance to the education and cultivation of Hainan opera performers and the passing on of intangible cultural heritage.
你好，你好，
你好，我叫伊恩。
你好，
你好，是这样子，就是我看过很多次琼剧的演出嘛，然后我对这种戏曲文化非常的感兴趣哈。我上网查了很多资料啊，我查到咱们这个学校好像是海南省，专门培养琼剧的人才的地方，是吧？
对。然
后，所以我今天就要到这里来，然后了解一下，看看能不能跟你学习学习。
首先，我非常欢迎啊！我们海南省文化艺术学校呢，是全省唯一一所培养 琼剧专业人才的这么一所学校，接下来我带您去参观一下我们学校。
好，谢谢。The Art and Culture School of Hainan Province has established a Hainan opera teaching and research section, which includes 9 complementary institutes offering tuition in 7 specialized subjects, such as Hainan opera, folk music, and dancing.
这是我们学校专门设立的一个文化墙，这个是我们陈华老师还有红梅老师的梁山伯与祝英台。这里呢最老的应该是这一幅，57年的时候那个搜书院的 这些相片都是很宝贵的。
那60周年的历史啊。
对，这些都是很宝贵的了。这些也是为了就是说给我们接下来孩子们，就是说我们学琼剧的孩子们留下一些资料，就是说对介绍一个琼剧的历史啊。那接下来呢，我们到那个教室里边参观一下我们那个剧目的教学啊。
在上面。
对，来，我们进来吧。哎，这是我们吴老师啊，上剧目课的吴老师。吴老师你好。
Wu Hong, a teacher of Hainan opera at the school, has also been performing Hainan opera for 20 years.
我们本地创作的剧目有，收书宴啊，红叶提诗啊，张文秀啊，很受海南的观众喜爱。
那像这些作品都是真实的故事的基础上，还是都是杜撰出来的那个？
都是真实的故事。
那都是在海南发生的一些故事吗？
对。收书宴就在我们海南，可以去那边感受一下。
可以啊，很好，
好，
期待。
这就是我们的琼台书院，它建于清朝康熙年间，为了纪念我们海南的一个才子叫书卷的而建的。现在我们进去参观一下。
Chongtai Academy is a brick and wood construction decorated with ethnic elements, where generations of locals have studied and begun careers as civil servants. Even today, you can sense the scholastic atmosphere here. Chongtai Academy was the original setting for one famous piece called Admonishing the Student from the Hainan opera classic Searching for College.
收书宴呢，是发生在一个重阳节佳节，这个学生呢到外面是游玩踏青，然后呢他就捡到了一个风钟，这个风钟谁放的呢？是那个正台的小姐，她的姑娘放的，然后这个风钟断了，他就叫他的梅香吉英来捡这个风钟，正好被这个书生张继文捡到了，捡到了以后呢。就想作诗，在这个风钟上做了一首诗，
写东西，
对，写东西。镇海的夫人呢，就是怀疑这个丫鬟在外面，就这个意思是吧？所以要把她送给这个道海为妾。后来这个丫鬟呢知道以后，就是乔装改扮，女扮男装，就从她的府里面逃出来，去投婚了这个书生。这个书生在哪？就在我们的书院里面。
To make sure that the students and I really understand what this famous piece is all about, Wu Hong decides to invite 2 pupils to perform it inside the academy, so that we may relive this vintage tale.
这个是我们老师的装扮，这个是书生张继文，就是小生的装扮。按我们行当来说，这是小生，这是老生。
After Wu Hong's introduction, 2 pupils dressed in the full ensemble start to perform.哎，我看老师有一些动作我真没见过，这个我大概见过，但好像不一样，好像是更温柔一点嘛。
这个动作呢，就像我们现在的鞠躬一样，因为在戏里面，我们的对上一辈或者是你的老师要尊敬，这样。
就是一种鞠躬，就礼貌尊敬老师。
对，礼貌的。
Although I can't really understand the words, at least this time, thanks to Mr. Wu, I can understand the story, which is something really new for me. In the past, I wasn't able to understand anything, so today it's definitely a lot more interesting. While enjoying admonishing the student at Chongtai Academy, in tandem with Wu Hong's commentary, I start to have flashbacks of when I was told off by my teachers. That this age-old Hainan opera still speaks to me today I find truly fascinating.
真棒。吴老师，我能不能体验一下哈？自己学两句啊，什么过瘾吗？可以不？
可以。到我们学校是了解一下雄剧的课程。
好，
可以简单的学一下指法啊，
可以啊，
扇子啊
，OK，
身段里面的水袖啊，都
可以啊，说不定我也有这方面的天分。
对呀，
对不对？
对。
Having listened to the children perform the Hainan Opera classic Searching for College, I find myself even more motivated to find out even more about it. The movements, the singing style, not to mention their costumes, really make me want to try my hand at it. But what would a European like me, dressed up as a Hainan opera singer, look like? Would you like to find out? I know I would.
In order to learn some Hainan opera myself, I returned to the Art and Culture School in search of a suitable teacher.
I think there are some pupils having a lesson in here. Let's go and have a look. Ah, they're all young girls. I'm not sure whether I'd fit in an old codger like me. Let's go and see what's happening in the other classrooms. Okay, a bunch of lads. But those movements look a bit difficult for me. I think they're above and beyond the call of what I can do, so I'm going to try another classroom.
After a few attempts, I finally find a willing party.
Now this looks right up my street. They're just having a laugh with some props. I'm going to go in and join them. Come on. 老师你好，
哎，你好，
不好意思，打扰您上课了哈。是这样子，我对这个琼剧特别的感兴趣。我刚才在门口的看了，我觉得非常有意思。我想问一下，你可以教我一下吗？
可以啊。正好呢，我们现在是排了一出戏，名字叫做《穆桂英与杨宗保》里面的一折，叫会战。你刚好来的话，我们可以一起学习。
可以演什么角色呢？你觉得？
这里面有2个角色，一个是杨宗保，是男的，那个他是武生。还有一个是穆桂英，女的，她是刀马旦，所以说您可以适合演那个，
不适合演个女的吧？你别
不适合，不是可以适合演那个杨宗保，
可以，很好。
武生。
Teacher has chosen the character of Yang Zongbao for me, and it is proving quite a challenge.
我们就从那一次一次的教您一下啊，我们这个戏就是啊，江东宝江东宝，它那个东是东，翻译出去东宝。
According to seasoned Hainan opera artists, the area, the particular type of solo, is what makes or breaks it, and it is considered the core of Hainan opera. I have only learned one line, and even that almost proved too difficult.
哦，不对，对，哦，天哪！江东宝，地对酒。再来一遍。不对，江东宝，地对酒。I really hadn't banked on singing Hainan opera being quite this difficult, so I think I better keep practicing.
Yang Zongbao plays an wusheng or martial role in Hainan opera, and as such, sports many combat moves. Next, I will try to learn the role of pupil or xiaosheng, and I am curious as to what that role will involve.
我们先这么端袖，这么放，端袖，对，在这个肋骨这里，对，放松一点，这不能像武松，稍微的，哎，放松一点点，我们放松一点点，哎，好，还来一个起，哎，下水袖，下一个，对。
The moves may look easy, but they are actually quite hard to master. There is a fine line between not enough energy in one's movements and too much of it. So the tricky part is how to keep the balance and do the character justice.
Well, I can really feel these kids' passion for Hainan opera, which is a marvelous thing. But as far as I can tell, they still have a long way to go because it is incredibly complex.
In a full production of Hainan opera, the basic area and movements aside, costumes and props are essential to bring a character to life.
这些头饰跟帽盔是我们琼剧演出里面经常用到的。这把道具，这个是青龙刀，
看起来好凶啊！
对，青龙刀也称青龙偃月刀，是武生用的道具。在舞台上的话，它是专用刀，就是关羽用的就是这把刀。
我还是看好了一个道具啊，其实这个是对我来说非常的熟悉。我今天不是学会了吗？算是学会了哈。
冲头香。
一小段这个锵锵。
对，这是
谁的？就是那个叫杨宝哦，不对。
杨宗保是吗？
杨宗保。
对。
你懂的，你看这个就懂了。对，杨宗保的，然后非常酷，好像就学的这样。
冲头香。你耍的挺好的。
没有，我说哎呀。
Different looks and styles are designed for different characters, with costume being considered the most obvious way to represent a character.
我想问一下，我不是演的那个角色，那个叫杨宗保那个角色，他应该穿什么样的服装呢？
他吗？这一件。
就是这一件。
对，靠。
哇，
改良靠。
看起来好重啊。
对。
哇塞。
你可以试一下。
可以吗？我就想问，可以吗？
可以，你可以
有我的码
吗
Now my chance has come to try on some costumes, and I do so with glee.
Well, these are both hot and heavy. Actually, having learned a little bit about the costumes and the props, as well as the singing and the movements today, you might be forgiven for thinking that Hainan opera is a relatively simple operation. But it is the hours of practice and the careful study of the characters that really brings these brilliant plays to life.
Costumes and props help to shape and exhibit the personality of each character, which also helps me to understand their roles. These budding artists have been rehearsing Mu Guiying, Yang Zongbao and the fight for quite a while, and now it is time to check how well they are doing. Although I won't be able to perform on stage with them, I am given the opportunity to transform myself into a character from the play.
Okay, so my next challenge is to paint myself or to make myself up to look like this fine-looking gentleman right here. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. And before me, what a spread. I don't know where to start with these makeups. Well, I think I do, because I know from my wife, who puts on makeup, that she starts with this. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is foundation. So I'm gonna give this one a go and see what happens. So, what's this? Oh. Is this even right? Oh. I don't even put on makeup when I do this show.
Not surprisingly, this is my first time at trying on Hainan opera makeup, and I am completely overwhelmed.
看这边底色一定要对均匀，有一定的厚度。太轻薄的话，那个底色会遮不住，
确实不一样，确实不一样。
是的。
I think I look quite the catch, don't you? This handsome lovey beside me, he'll be on the stage tonight, and I'm sure that we all wish him luck and that he'll break a leg. In the theatrical sense only, of course. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Adorned with makeup and costumes, these promising opera stars really come into their own and start to bring the roles to life.
你们两位穿的真的非常的漂亮，这个是全套哈，是吧？
对对。
看到你们的动作也非常的精准，特别到位。我问一下，你穿的是男生吗？
如果说对于那些没有学过的人来说，这一套行头整个20-30斤，那肯定会很难受。但是我们穿习惯了，就会感觉有一些免疫力，就会感觉不那么难受。
很好，非常棒。来，我祝你们 good luck， 我祝你们 break a leg。
Okay, thank you.
加油。
The show is about to start, and to be honest, I am probably more nervous than they are.
So the two main characters are out there on the stage now, and although I'm here backstage, I can still really sense the passion and the drama of their performance. Superb, I loved it. 非常棒，是不是？老师，您觉得怎么样？
我觉得还可以，就是孩子4年级第1个学期，那么就是其实在做打，对于我们在艺校生中，就是说还是比较规范。那么孩子在唱啊等等，还有表演这块，还是有一些欠缺的地方，就是不够连贯啊，比如说情感的缔结啊等等。其实老师就希望你们能不能冲刺一下，就是把自己学得更好一些，更好的服务于我们院团，将来为我们的琼剧事业多做一点贡献。你们可以的。
Amid the strains of laughter, my close encounter with the Hainan opera kind has come to an end. In one short day, I have but scratched the surface of Hainan opera. Hainan's traditional opera never fails to impress, thanks to its unique colour. As a keeper of intangible cultural heritage, the Art and Culture School of Hainan Province is striving to embed this traditional art form in its education so that Hainan opera may continue to thrive. I look forward to more and more young people learning with them as Hainan opera is passed on for generations to come.
这里是海南卫视。